Welcome back to the WAFL. It's week 8 and this is where the teams start to separate themselves, where the contenders rise and the pretenders fall. Every game matters more than ever as playoff positioning and divisional races heat up. Let's dive in. So here we go. We start with the Thursday night game. Golden Eagles hosting the Shamrocks. Golden Eagle ball, Brock Purdy to George Kittle, takes a hit, hangs on, and gets the score. 7-0 Golden Eagles in the red zone yet again in the second quarter. KJ Osborne is going to take this ball up the sideline for score number 2, 14-zip. Golden Eagles later in the second. Purdy lofts a nice ball out in front, and Osborne, he's going to take it the rest of the way for a second touchdown. 21-0 now towards the end of the half. You guessed it, Purdy to Osborne, 3 straight touchdowns. Now just 40 seconds left in the third. Shamrocks down 31. Stafford heaving one deep downfield, knocked away. The offense can't get anything on this Golden Eagle defense. Now just 2 minutes left in this game. 4th and 7. Shamrocks, of course, have to go for it, but they come up 1 yard short. They are shut out. The worst team in the league drops to 0-7. Golden Eagles up to 4-3. Next up, we go to Omaha for the Antlers and the Louisville River Hogs. Hogs ball in the first, play action for Drake May. Wants to go left, turns back right, fires it to a wide open Jaden Reed in the end zone. Hogs up 7 in the red zone now. Goff pump faking, throwing. He's got a wide open receiver crossing, tackled at the 1. Now 1st and goal, and Goff gets this out quick to Marvin Mims Jr. 7-7 in the fourth, 10-7. River Hogs driving with the lead, and that third down pass is knocked away. So they'll settle for the field goal on 4th and inches, 6-point game, 3rd and 12, and the blitz up the middle just crushes Jared Goff. Quan Alexander with the sack, and so the Riverhogs with a chance on 3rd and 14 to run out this clock. But the Antlers use all their timeouts, giving Goff a few more chances here as the clock ticks under 15 seconds. First down, incomplete, gets it out of bounds, 2nd and 10, under 10 seconds in the game, throws this pass away. So now we have 3rd and 10. Crucial few seconds left. Goff throws it out of bounds 3 straight plays. 4th and 10. You can't throw this one away. Throw it inbounds. It's close, and it's incomplete. No chance there for the Antlers. Riverhogs win it 13-7. Next, we head to London, England for the Black Knights and the Oklahoma City Bisons. Trevor Lawrence back to pass for the Black Knights. Throws his ball on a rope to Rashad Bateman, and he is off to the races. Black Knights strike first. They'll take the 7-point lead, still up 7 in the second. Bison's driving, Kirk Cousins throwing, and he doesn't see the safety, Buda Baker, and Buda's got some room up the sideline. Baker taking this one past the 40, the 30, a lineman in pursuit. He's not going to catch him. He returns this all the way for a touchdown. Pick 6, 20-3 now before the half. Kirk with another red zone opportunity. Jump ball is brought down to the turf. Nico Collins with the tough catch in traffic. 10-point game in the second half, but Cousins' pass is tipped and intercepted. This time, it's the other safety, Jalen Thompson, and he goes back to the house. Both safeties with their own pick 6, and now the lead has grown 27-10. Cousins still firing, finding a wide open receiver. It's Jackson Smith and Jigba. It's a close race, but he can't be caught. Bisons make a 10-score game, but Trevor Lawrence and the Black Knights in the red zone. 2 minutes ago in the third, Jonathan Brooks out of the backfield with the catch, 34-20. And then this time on 3rd and goal, it's Trevor Lawrence who escapes the pocket for the score, 41-20. 30 seconds to go, and the Bisons keep firing. Nice catch in the back of the end zone for Nico Collins, his second, but too little too late. The Black Knights come out in full force, 41-27. Now we go to Snowhawks Stadium in Brooklyn, New York. The 4-2 Snowhawks taking on the 1-6 Elks, and the Elks power it in behind Alexander Madison, 7-0 lead. And now Lamar Jackson back to throw, a lot of time, sees an opening, and he's going to scurry down to the 8-yard line. Now 2nd and goal, Lamar throwing to the back of the end zone. What a catch. Khalil Shakir hauls it in, 14-0 Elks. Now here's Rodgers on a play-action pass. Defender in his face, but Ricky Pearsall open for the score, 14-7. Third quarter now, Rodgers gets the screen out to his back. Tony Pollard, and he's going to rumble ahead to the 5. But it's 4th and goal, so out comes the kicker, making a 4-point game. Now in the fourth, back to a 7-point game, and Lamar Jackson's firing towards the end zone, and this pass is caught by Jerry Jeudy, ripped away from the defender after being tightly contested. Next possession, Snowhawks airing it out deep. Rodgers back to Pearsall, and it's a one-possession game yet again. Now here are the Elks, 3rd and 10, trying to put this game away. Lamar Jackson checks it down, 4th and 7 coming up, so the Snowhawks will get a chance. 3rd and 3, a minute 45 left in the game. They go screen, and it backfires. 4th down and 3. They have to convert to stay in the game, and Pearsall delivers, going across the middle. Under a minute now. 1st and 10, Rodgers throwing to his right. There's Pearsall again, turning up the sideline, quickly getting out of bounds at the 7. Now 2nd and goal. Rodgers goes over the middle to DeAndre Hopkins, but the Snowhawks aren't lined up for an extra point. They're going for 2 and the win. Handoff to Tony Pollard. Stuffed. The Elks defense holds strong, and so this onside kick is the last hope for the Snowhawks. Nope, recovered easily by the Elks. And the Elks win it by 1. They get their 2nd win of the season, and the Snowhawks drop to 4 and 3. Now we go to Columbus, Ohio for a divisional showdown. Thunderbirds ball at the 1, 4th and goal. Pressure up the middle on Sam Darnold. He's able to run around 2 Caps defenders, and he gets in for the score. What a play on 4th down, showing the athleticism. 7-0. Here's Bo Nix and the Caps. He's also going to take off down the right side of the field, and just like Darnold, he gets in using the legs. 13-7, 3rd quarter. Nix looking left, throwing to his tight end, Pat Freiermuth, with the dive. The extra effort gets him into the end zone, and Caps go up 1. And now here we have the very next play. Caps enjoying their 1-point lead. Kicking to Ashton Doolin back deep. Picks up 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. Great return blocking on this play. He's out in the open at the 30, the 20, 10. And Doolin gets in for the score. And the Caps had the lead for all of the 10 seconds it took to run down there. Followed by the James Cook rush off tackle. More incredible blocking. 28-17 Thunderbirds storming out front. And Nix buying his time. Didn't want to run. Waited for Freiermuth to get open. And he's got him. Now Caps lined up with the onside kick under 2 minutes, and it goes right to the Thunderbird defender. And that's not going to help. 28-23. Caps kept it close, but the Thunderbirds win 28-23. Now we go to Galaxy Stadium in Orlando, Florida. The Orbits are taking on the Rio Dragons. Dragons 3rd and 8 at the 8-yard line, and CJ Stroud goes down. Alex Highsmith with the sack, getting a couple extra reps in there as well. Then Derek Carr back to pass for the Orbits. He is sacked. The ball comes loose, and it's Preston Smith who is responsible for both with the recovery. The Dragons, they'll march down, add another field goal, 6-0. 2nd quarter, Carr throwing this one up for grabs, and the Dragons, Sean Murphy Bunting takes it away. Then Dragons hand it off to Kenneth Walker, who flies into the end zone. Now in the second half, Orbits are down 16. The handoff to Kamara gets the 1st down and more. Goes down at the 10-yard line. Then 3rd and goal from the 4. Carr sidesteps some pressure, and he goes to his wideout Jalen Waddle. But they're not done yet. Orlando's going for 2. Derek Carr back to pass, and he doesn't have long before he is sacked. 2nd and 15 now, 4th quarter starting, and Derek Carr sacked again. Lion can't handle the Dragon rush. Now it's 4th and 29, and Carr somehow not safetied. Dragons take over at the goal line, and here 4th and goal. Kenneth Walker finally breaks through. Then with 3 minutes to go, the Orbits hand off to Alvin Kamara. He goes up the gut for their final score of the game. Dragons turn right around, kick the field goal, go up 30-13, and that's how it ends. Dragons in full control in this one as they move to 4-4 on the year. Now we go over to Honolulu. The Monarchs hosting the Montreal Lumberjacks. Down 3, Monarchs ball. Murray slings it out. Dalton Kincaid gets down to the 1-yard line. Then 2nd and goal. Monarch Murray fires it in a crowd. And Michael Pittman Jr. with the tough catch. 7-3. Monarchs lead. Gardner Minshew firing right back. Connects with Christian Watson. And the Lumberjacks take the 3-point lead. Lumberjacks with the ball back. And Rachaad White, no one in front of him. Where's the defense? White exploding through the line. White goes 77 yards And now the Lumberjacks are up 10. End of the first half. Murray rolling right, firing to the back corner of the end zone, and he's got Michael Pittman for touchdown number 2. But tied up in the fourth, the Monarchs attempt a 58-yard field goal. It goes wide left, and so Montreal Minshew with a chance to fumble this right back to the Monarchs in field goal range. Costly turnover, and the Monarchs take full advantage. Antonio Gibson with the go-ahead score, but Minshew's leading the Lumberjacks back. Ball at the 32, ball at the 48-yard sack there. 2nd 18, no timeouts left. Minshew sacked again. Line disintegrating before his very eyes here. Another pressure by the defense brings up a 4th and 24. 5 seconds left on the clock. He's got to heave this for the end zone. It's short. It's knocked away. The Monarchs defense turned it up in the final moments. They win it 24-17, and then they move up to 5-3 on the year. Now we go to Austin, Texas. The 3-4 Sentinels playing the 2-5 Armadillos. First quarter for Joe Burrow and the Sentinels. Pass complete. Garrett Wilson outrunning the defender on his way to the end zone. Sentinels up 7-0. For Armadillos in the red zone later in the first. Michael Penix going to dump it down to his back. Austin Eckler 7-7. 2nd and goal from the 1. The Sentinels using their back. DeAndre Swift for the lead 17-7. Now it's Burrow checking it down to Elijah Moore. The Armadillos lose track of him, and now Moore foot race to the end zone. He gets there. Sentinels up 24-7. But Armadillos nearing midfield, just 6 seconds. Might as well chuck up a Hail Mary before the half. And Michael Penix has got it complete to Darnell Mooney. What a toss, what a catch. Then in the second half, Armadillos pick up where they left off. Penix to Joshua Palmer for the score. We got a one-possession game, 27-21, fourth quarter, 4th and 15. Penix tosses this one up. It's tipped. It's incomplete. Nearly had him. Armadillos come up just short. 27-21 is the final. And Sentinels get to 500. They're 4-4. Now we stay in Texas for this next matchup. The Houston Oilers taking on the San Antonio Desperados. Here's Baker calling a shot. 1st and goal. Throws exactly where he said. Touchdown Oilers. Deontay Johnson with the reception. Now into the second quarter. Desperados drive right down behind their back. Josh Jacobs, he gets the score. 7-7. Desperados with the ball back. They go back to Jacobs. Sheds a tackle. Lowers his shoulder down to the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal now, just 40 seconds left in the half, and Jacobs goes airborne for touchdown number 2. Desperados 7-point lead. Now in the third, Dak Prescott going play action, throws a laser to his wideout, Jahan Dotson for the score, 21-7. Desperados still firing, this time to David Njoku, the tight end, just shrugs off a defender on his way to the touchdown, 28-7. Starting to be a blowout. Baker needing to come back, stepping up and throwing the interception, trying to make something happen, but Chris Braswell denies him. 28-7 final score. Desperados, they take care of business. They're now 5-3. Now we're in the bird's nest. The Condors sitting at 3-3, taking on the undefeated San Juan Wizards, and Wizards down 3, but Tua, he throws to his left, and he's got his tight end Noah Fant. Fant having a huge year this year. Then later in the second, Tua back to pass, gets the ball out quick to Jordan Addison, who sheds a tackle, and now he's off to the races. Touchdown Wizards, 14-3. Now into the third quarter, Condors down 14, but Allen completes the pass down the seam to Amari Cooper. A couple of former Bills connecting, and now it's a 7-point game. Wizards and Tua, so much time in the pocket, decides to tuck it and run, and boldly putting his shoulder down, tackled at the 1, then the handoff goes to the back. And a little shifty move puts Joe Mixon in the end zone, 24-10. Allen, X Factor lighting up, zips this ball across the middle. He goes back to Cooper for the touchdown. 7-point game, 3rd and 11. The Condors need to come up with a stop, and they barely do. So Allen and the Condors need to go 71 yards in under 30 seconds. And here, buying his time, waiting, throws it away. Could have picked up a few yards on the ground, but Allen decides to check this one down. On 2nd and 10, gets 1 yard short, and so when they hurry up to the line, there's no time left on the clock. Allen gets it out quick again, and here the clock expires. Kind of a blown last drive, and so the Wizards' undefeated streak continues 8-0. Next, we head down to the harbor in San Diego. The Dreadnots at 3-4. The Voyagers 5-2. Both teams wearing a confusing amount of yellow, but Jalen Hurts starts this game out firing. He's got his back. Devin Singletary split out wide, and they fool the defense. Now down 10, the Dreadnots get their first points of the game with the 50-yard field goal. Now it's Mac Jones trying to get the Dreadnots going on offense. 3rd and 7, some pressure, so he throws it away, and here comes kick number 2 from beyond 50 yards. But the Voyagers answer with one of their own, still a 10-point game. Mac Jones feeling the pressure, nowhere to run. And so they follow up the sack on 2nd down with an incomplete pass on 3rd. So 4th and 24 is a poor throw, underthrows Mike Evans, and Mac Jones is intercepted. Greg Newsome runs it back inside the 10-yard line, and the Voyagers, they'll turn the pick into points with the field goal, 19-6. Mac Jones, just over 2 minutes to go. He's firing it deep. He's got his tight end, Mike Gesicki, coming through in the clutch. And the Dreadnots have a chance here, 3rd and 7, if they can stop the Voyagers here. But Jalen Hurts connects to Drake London. They move the chains and end the game. Final score, Voyagers 19, Dreadnots 13. Now we're heading to St. Louis. The Steamers are hosting the Tokyo Tigers. Justin Fields and the Steamers on a drive. Ball at the 20-yard line. This pass is intercepted. The linebacker, Derek Hall, steps in front, and he's putting the speed on display, separating himself from the Steamers. And he's got it. Returned it over 80 yards for the score. 7-3 in the second. Jordan Love driving the Tigers down to the 7-yard line, waiting for John Mechie to open up on the crosser. 14-3. Next possession from the 1. Love tosses it over the middle. This time he's got Tyler Lockett for the score. 21-3. Tigers back in the red zone, and there Lockett all alone in the end zone. Touchdown number 2. Steamers are getting blown out, so they hand it off to the back, Najee Harris, and he's running angry. What a touchdown. Bowled over 2 guys, but the Tigers up 18. Not done yet. Love goes down the middle. Raheem Mostert with a couple receiving touchdowns for the back this year. Now into the 4th. Steamers driving. Fields broken coverage. He's got Rondale Moore in the end zone wide open. Now under 1:30 in this game. 3rd and forever for the Steamers. So Fields goes back of the end zone to Chris Olave. Great pass, but the best they can do is cut the lead to 14 in the end. Tigers win it 38-24. Tigers move to 4-3 on the year. Steamers 5-3. Now we're going up to Vancouver, Canada. The Mounties are hosting the Buenos Aires Nighthawks. Herbert and the Nighthawks throwing on 2nd and 11, and they have Mark Andrews breaking wide open for the score, 7-0. Hawks with the ball back in the second. Play action. Herbert firing to his other tight end, Noah Gray. It's the tight end show, but the Mounties aren't done yet. J.J. McCarthy pop fly to Jamar Chase. He burns the Nighthawks secondary to make it 14-7. Now 17-7 right before the half. McCarthy fires it right back to Jamar Chase, torching this defense yet again. Now in the 3rd, still a 3-point game. The Nighthawks going play action near the goal line, and Herbert, he frees up his tight end, Noah Gray, 2nd touchdown of the game. Nighthawks back up 10. Later in the 3rd, pump fake. J.J. McCarthy throwing deep to Saquon Barkley. First Chase, now Barkley with some explosive plays downfield. And then first play of the 4th quarter is an interception. Herbert trying to go to his tight end, but Minkah Fitzpatrick knows it's the tight end show and picked him off. So here are the Mounties from the 5-yard line trying to punch this in and take the lead, but McCarthy is brought down. The ball comes loose. Good heady play by the lineman there to scoop this ball up, but Frankie Luvu with the sack, forcing the Mounties to settle for the field goal and the tie. Now with just over 2 minutes to go in this game, Christian McCaffrey gets the carry, and he's holding on tight. 2 hands on that ball, tackled at the 5. And so the Nighthawks looking to punch this in. 2-minute warning coming up, and Justin Herbert sees an opening for himself. And so that puts the pressure back on the Mounties. Can Chase and company make it happen? Well, 4th and 2. Mounties in a tough spot, but McCarthy is going to Chase over the middle for the first down. And they've crossed midfield from the 45. Minute 15 to go. McCarthy escapes the pocket, tucks his ball with eyes on the first down. He gets it and a little more. Tackled at the 24-yard line. Now just over 40 seconds to go. McCarthy fires it downfield to Dawson Knox, absorbs the hit, and scores the touchdown. We're headed to overtime. Mounties win the toss. It's 3rd and 10 for McCarthy, who throws over the outstretched hands of his receiver. So the Nighthawks turn. 3rd and 7. Herbert throwing, pass caught, but just short of the line. So here are the Mounties for round 2. Play action. J.J. McCarthy firing. Jamar Chase goes up and plucks that ball out of the air. Mounties now nearing field goal range. That would win them the game. And McCarthy goes back to who else? Jamar Chase, putting the team on his back, wide open every play. And here the kick that can win it in overtime is good. The Mounties get their second win of the season. They're 2-5-1. Final score 34-31. Next, we're heading to Oakland, California for the Redwoods and the Portland Pioneers. Redwoods ball, 3rd and 16 for Jaden Daniels, and he converts the 3rd and long to CeeDee Lamb, who is brought down at the 36. The Redwoods drive will end ultimately with a field goal. They go up 3-0, but the Pioneers march right down, and Devon Achane helicopters in, giving the Pioneers the lead. Now it's the Redwoods who are in the red zone. Daniels throwing to his left. He's got CeeDee Lamb for the score. Redwoods take the 3-point lead, but the lead doesn't last long. The Pioneers tie it up as the half expires. 10-10 into the 3rd, and here's Pioneer Pat Mahomes wanting his tight end, getting a Redwood defender, Edrin Cooper. And so the Redwoods on a drive, 3rd and 7, play action. Daniels evading the rush, and a nice ball on the move to his speedy wideout, Rashid Shaheed. Now Pioneer Pat faced with a 4th and 7. He sees his tight end, Cade Otten, crossing, sheds the tackle, but the momentum carries him out of bounds. Couldn't regain his balance, so missed opportunity in the red zone. Pioneers, though, are back. 1st and 10, the pass is complete. There goes the final timeout, under 20 seconds. 3rd and 4 for the Pioneers. Mahomes throwing back of the end zone, incomplete. 4th and 4, another 4th down conversion. Good blocking for Mahomes, but he can't find a receiver, and so the Redwoods bend but do not break, stopping Mahomes twice at the end. Final score 17-10. All right, now it's time for the Sunday night game. Anchorage Huskies versus the Albuquerque Aviators. Huskies ball in the 1st. Kenny Pickett throwing to his left, and Pickett is picked off. Byron Murphy takes this ball back to the house. Aviators go up 7-0. Now Albuquerque's offense in the red zone. Jahmyr Gibbs takes the handoff, and he is launching over the goal line, colliding with a defender, and scoring 14-0. Aviators up now. Huskies leaning on the run game, hurdling in a crowd. Not what you want to do. Ball comes loose, and the Aviator defense picks up another turnover where Anthony Richardson is going to check this down to his back, and Gibbs, we know he loves to dive. There's another one. So Huskies down 21 in the 3rd. Pickett, he's got to throw, and he throws to Mike Williams, who's going down the sideline for the score. Huskies back in this game, but to start the 4th, Aviators ball. Richardson throwing it out to his right, and where's the defense? Robbie Chosen leaving them in the dust. Huskies out of this game. Aviators up 31-7. Kenny Pickett, under 5 minutes to play, throws up another lame pass. Wanted Marvin Harrison Jr., but he's got the safety Jimmy Ward, and another pick 6 to his name. And that's going to be the final. The Aviators bounce back after their first loss of the season and win 38-7. And now we end our week with the Monday night matchup, Bulls versus Blues. Bulls ball, 2nd and 10 for Geno Smith, backing up. Here comes the rush. The ball comes out, and the Blues recover in Bull territory. Kyle Van Noy with the sack fumble, but here's Caleb Williams, and the Blues wearing their all grays, nearly intercepted, so they come away with a field goal. Later in the 1st, Geno Smith firing over the middle, intercepted. The linebacker Jerome Baker with the heads-up play, 2nd turnover of the quarter. So Blues up 3, going to the ground game, going to Isaiah Pacheco, who is zooming down the field untouched till about the 8-yard line. Now 2nd and goal for the Blues, handing back to Pacheco, and another explosive run on his way to the end zone. 10-0 Blues, minute to go in the 1st. Geno boots out to his left and coughs up the ball. Jonathan Franklin Myers scoops it up, and he is going to rumble all the way back to the end zone for the score. Ran out of steam there at the end, but touchdown's a touchdown, 17-3. Now here's Caleb Williams, some time in the pocket. Wanted T. Higgins, but there's Joey Bosa in coverage. Gets the INT. Bulls ball. Bulls not out of it, only the 2nd quarter, but Geno Smith can't stop turning it over. And this time it's Eric Kendricks, the linebacker, who picks him off. Runs it back beyond the 40. And so the offense takes back over. Caleb Williams, he connects T. Higgins, and Higgins shimmies out of 1 tackle, finally brought down at the 4. Now the Blues lining up in the I, hand it off to Pacheco, and he is just untouched whenever he gets a carry. 24-3 after the touchdown. 1 minute to go in the half. Gino slings it out left and is not intercepted. It's Evan Ingram who gets the first score of the day for the Bulls. 27-10, Bulls with the ball in the 3rd quarter. Geno Smith completing to DJ Moore on the corner route, out of bounds at the 20. But on 4th and 7, the Bulls elect to kick. Their final points of the game. Blues are going to win this one in a landslide, 37-13. All right, Week 8 is in the books, so let's check out our divisional standings from around the league. In the NFC, the Paris Sentinels had the slim lead in the North. The San Juan Wizards are undefeated. They are dominating the NFC South, but the NFC East is a little trickier. The Huskies only a half game up on the Monarchs. And in the West, it's the Aviators 7-1 in full control. Let's flip to the AFC. It's the Blues who lead the North at 6-2. Desperados leading the AFC South at 5-3. Voyagers atop the AFC East, maybe the toughest division in the WAFL. And it's neck and neck in the AFC. The Pioneers are first at 4-3, and the Redwoods a close second at 4-3-1. Now to our stat leaders, it's Justin Herbert over Richardson and McCarthy in passing. It's David Montgomery over Rashad White and Jonathan Taylor in rushing. After an amazing week, it's Jamar Chase who leads the league in receiving. Fellow Mountie Zaire Franklin leads the league in tackles. Trey Hendrickson of the Steamers has the sack lead with 11. And last is Trevon Diggs, who's on pace for double-digit interceptions with 7 so far. And so that'll do it for week number 8. Still a lot of football ahead, 9 weeks to go in the regular season. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in week number 9.